Good morning and welcome to Pemberley Farm. Well, today we are working on raised beds. Now, I'm not usually the cameraman, so, and these raised beds have been, just left alone all winter. Nothing's been done to them. This arch last year grew cucumbers. It will again, but in a different place. But what we're working on today is some new beds to add to this area.
It's going to be a 3-foot by 6-foot raised bed off the ground. We put filter fabric on it to keep from losing the dirt, and then wire underneath it to support the load.
All right, so anyway, we are using the lumber that we tore out some old raised beds across the street on the other side of our property. And so I will do another video on why we had to do that because we can't use those beds over there anymore. And there'll be a video coming on why that. So it's going to expand this 3-bed area that mostly grows herbs. And so this bed that he's working on now will come out kind of right in here. And so, and then the 2 4x4 beds will go in front of these 2 beds. You see the old farmhouse there. But anyway, it'll come out in front of these 2 beds, and because these beds are 5 feet, they won't line up exactly. So we're going to line them up on the outside, and then that arch, because these beds were so close together, that arch was kind of weird. So it will come out and be put in the 4x4 beds, and then we will grow cucumbers there again. I will never grow cucumbers on the ground again. That was amazing. So we're going to get these beds cleaned out, get them ready, get some fresh compost in there and some fresh dirt. And there's some things that will not come back because the 17-degree cold that we're not used to killed it completely. And then there's some things that will come back, and we'll let them stay there because the things that will come back are herbs. Matter of fact, there's herbs in that bed that made it where he's working, that made it through. And I thought I'd tell you just a little bit about the little red building back there. Because we do all kinds of different classes and we have events here, we have been collecting way too much decoration and different paraphernalia, different stuff to deal with those classes and to deal with those events. And so we got a shed that we call our event shed, and that's what it holds, is all the stuff that we're not currently using for either a class or an event, because it got overwhelming trying to find a place otherwise to store it. So you see the green stalk there. We're going to do a video on it real soon of planting it, and it will go right in that middle there in the T area between these 3 beds. So anyway, just thought we'd show you what we're doing. It is February, I can't even know what the date is. Anyway, it's the first week of February. And so it's turned out to be a pretty good day and not rainy, even though it started out ugly. But so just take advantage of the sunshine while you can. All right, now he's putting this wood on the bottom because obviously that cloth and the wire is not going to be enough to keep it from sagging really bad. And so this is for support, because remember, this is going to be off the ground. It's not going to be on the ground like these others. We've not done this before, have them off the ground like this, but we want to try it. I mean, we're not young, and so make it easier for me to get to weed and whatever. I don't always have help. I usually do, but sometimes I don't, and things need to be done. So he's putting it up off the ground. Also, it will help keep it cleaner inside as far as stuff coming up through the bottom. Even though we put cloth under it, somehow it manages to come through anyway. Now he is cutting the excess fabric off because you don't need all that stuff hanging down there. I'm excited. And the other area where we have raised beds, we had 18 raised beds. And we had, over the years, several problems with their location. And so we're just kind of taking some of them apart and bringing them over here. And hope we don't run into the same problems over here. But I like growing in raised beds. It gives you a little bit more control. Now, because this bed's going to be off the ground, it might possibly also dry out quicker. And raised beds a lot of times tend to dry out quicker, but this one, because it will be completely off the ground, we may have a problem with that. But we are the old farmhouse has a water spigot right here where we are, and so we will be able to. Oh, okay. My herbs are not going to like it, but anyway, they'll come back. But anyway, so it'll be easy to water, not a problem. There's already a sprinkler over here, but because we're enlarging it, we will have to have one that is movable. So he's finished with this long one for the moment. He'll have to get somebody to help him move it, and it will be sitting on blocks.
I got a tractor.
Yeah, he's got it. I forgot. He can use the forks of the tractor to move it. But anyway, he will sit it on concrete blocks when he's done with it. And so now he's starting to put the 4x4 beds back together that will go up to the front of this area. Well, we've got one completely together and one almost. We're getting closer. So on my list of things to do next week is to go get compost. Time for a break. His favorite saying is, "I'm just one old man." But his nickname is Grumpy Old Man. But I will tell you the truth, nothing would happen here without him. Well, we got our 4x4s in place. We've got our arch in place that will have cucumbers on them this year. And so you see in the bottom of the boxes that he put the landscape fabric, so hopefully we'll keep out as much of the weeds as possible. Again, these beds have got to be cleaned out. They've not been messed with all winter. So, anyway. And that is a sad little bay tree and some sad lemongrass. But the lemongrass will come back and the bay tree will be fine. I forgot to take care of them during the 17 degrees. We had more things to take care of than that. So, anyway, so then this is the box that's raised. Boy, am I going to like that. That's amazing. And so this is some topsoil that we had delivered here some last year. And so we'll get some compost and mix in with that. We'll get some more compost and topsoil and refurbish these beds that were, because they're just a year old, the beds are. So we'll refurbish them and we will add topsoil and compost to these beds. It won't be long. All right, thank you for stopping by to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We are Pemberley Farm Homestead. God bless you from Pemberley Farm.